Welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. I'm Doug Weishattle here with Dave Weishattle. We're here to give you a whip-around look at some of the latest news coming out of the sports betting and casino industries. This week, in our state and national reports, we've got October, November, and December numbers to talk about. The October is the American Gaming Association Commercial Revenue Tracker for October. Deals, we've got a brand extension deal and a retail sports betting deal.
Oh, retail sports betting deal. Okay.
Industry updates, licenses, launches, cease and desists, withdrawals, warnings, whole smorgasbord of different things here. And legislative roundup, we've got New York, New Jersey, and Nevada.
Ooh, the big three, huh?
Yes.
All right.
We'll be right back to start talking state and national after this.
Hey, Dave Weishattle from Turnpike Sports. I just got my dugout mug delivered, and I am loving it. Dugout mugs are mugs made out of baseball bats, and they are officially licensed by Major League Baseball, so you can get your favorite baseball team's logo on your mug. Just think of it, enjoying your favorite drink while watching your favorite baseball team with your team's logo on your mug made from a baseball bat. They can even make customized mugs. Check out the mug they made for Turnpike Sports. I mean, just look at that. That looks awesome. I've never seen anything like them. If you go to dugoutmugs.com, you'll find out they even make more things than mugs. They have baseball board games, grilling equipment made from baseball bats. They even have a section for gifts for under $30. Head on over to dugoutmugs.com because if you're a baseball fan or need a gift for a baseball fan, you have to check out Dugout Mugs. And use our promo code PIKE at checkout to get 20% off your purchase price. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. Also, free shipping with orders over $99. You can't beat that. DugoutMugs.com. That's my go-to place if I need a gift for a baseball fan. Well, if you excuse me now, the game is about to go on, and the wind is just right for drinking.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. Doug Weishattle here with Dave Weishattle. We're going to start off our state and national report talking about the month of October 2025 with the American Gaming Association's Commercial Revenue Tracker.
This is always important. This is what everyone in the gaming industry looks at. So.
According to American Gaming Association, the U.S. commercial gaming revenue was $6.81 billion with all three major verticals expanding, and total commercial gaming revenue standing year to date at $64.3 billion.
That's insane.
That's
money.
Just revenue.
That's incredible.
And also it's just the commercial revenue too as well.
Sure.
Sports betting revenue, $1.6 billion in October on a handle of $17.78 billion. The October handle expanded at the fastest rate in the last 14 months recorded.
Okay.
They also found no indication that these prediction markets that everybody has been worried about had any effect on the sports betting market at all.
Yeah, that's an that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. What kind of impact will they have on the overall commercial gaming revenue and things like that? So prediction markets are going to be big news in 2026, and just have to keep an eye on it.
Well, I think the November and December revenue trackers are going to be showing maybe some indication one way or the other, more so than October. But anyway.
December should be interesting because we have Missouri now.
Yep.
So they throw them into the mix.
iGaming generated a revenue of $968.7 million in October with $8.78 billion in year-to-date revenue. Regulated gaming generated $1.5 billion in state gaming tax revenue in October, and year-to-date $14.81 billion through the first 10 months of 2025.
Wow. Okay.
We're going to be leaving October, and we're moving closer to where we are now with a November report from Michigan.
Okay.
We've got the state of Michigan's November sports betting report, and they reported a record revenue for the month. State has passed $23.6 billion in all-time handle, $2.185 billion in all-time revenue, and $108 million in all-time tax revenue.
No, it's an incredible market. It's just money, just generating out of Michigan.
Now we're going over to a state we've never reported on in this section.
Really? Okay.
Florida,
all right.
I figured it was time to throw them into the mix here and there. We've got the non-tribal casino sector report of November, and this is basically slots because non-tribal casinos can only operate slots, not table games.
Okay.
The non-tribal casino sector, I like saying that, reported revenue of $58.2 million in November. 5 of the state's 8 casino venues experienced year-on-year revenue growth, while the remaining 3 saw a decline.
Okay. All right.
Magic City Casino recorded the highest revenue with $13 million and some change, followed by Pompano Park, and the Hialeah Park Casino and Calder Racecourse were 3 and 4 for the month.
See, I've heard of Pompano Park and Calder Racecourse because, you go in New Jersey or Massachusetts where you go into the race books and stuff like that. You always see them right up on the screen. So
yeah.
So I've heard of them. So.
It's nice to report on them, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're moving out of the United States and we're going up to Ontario for our next entry here. Entree, I almost said. iGaming Ontario has reported a record monthly handle of $9.33 billion and a record monthly non-adjusted gross gaming revenue of $406.2 million for the month of November. Mm-hmm. New monthly record number of active players for the province as well, with almost 1.3 million active players in the month. Average revenue per active player was $313. Wow. I'm assuming that's in Canadian.
Yeah, I would guess it would be.
Since it was their press release, I'm assuming they reported in Canadian. Sports betting handle, record $1.25 billion and record NAGRR, non-adjusted gross gaming revenue of $102 million. Uh-huh. Online casinos, record handle, record revenue, and online poker came in with $129 million handle and $6.3 million in non-adjusted gross gaming revenue.
Okay.
The all-time combined for Ontario, handle of more than $247 billion, revenue of $9.78 billion, and tax revenue of nearly $2 billion.
So that's all-time,
That's
right?
all-time for Ontario.
That's great.
Yes. And we're going to finish up the segment with New York.
Okay. They had kind of a down week last week, right? Or the last report we did on them.
The week ending December 14th was sort of a down week. The week ending December 21st, which we're going to be talking about, they have gone past the $500 million mark in handle. They've actually done that 18 of the last 19 weeks.
Yeah, last week was the one they didn't go 100.
And also they reported, while the handle went back up, this is their first weekly gross gaming revenue under $40 million after 7 weeks of at least $40 million.
Okay.
DraftKings passed $6.6 billion in fiscal year-to-date handle, while FanDuel passed $6.8 billion in fiscal year-to-date handle and $800 million in fiscal year-to-date gross gaming revenue.
Okay.
Fanatics passed $2 billion in fiscal year-to-date handle, and the week ending December 21st, BetMGM reported a loss of almost $900,000.
Must be a lot of smart bettors out there.
Off a $65 million weekly handle.
Yeah, no, it's,
Yes.
Smart,
bad hold for them.
Smart bettors out there.
Every so often, everyone's going to have a week like that.
Everyone does that. And by the way, when we say, a week is a down week for New York, I mean, relatively speaking, it's a down week for New York, but it's like incredible if anyone else got it. Anyone else in the United States got that handle. So,
Well, if BetMGM...
You got to put everything in perspective, especially when dealing with New York.
If that was any other state for BetMGM, I'd be concerned, but it's just 1 week, and they've been doing good jobs throughout every week. So that's it for state and national. We're going to start talking deals right now. Pair of deals to talk about this week, and we're going to start off with the brand extension deal that I mentioned at the top of the show. We've got MGM Resorts International entering into a new long-term branding agreement with MGM China Holdings Limited. Mm-hmm. Went into effect at the beginning of the year and runs through 2032.
Okay.
The new agreement eliminates the need for the parties to negotiate a new agreement every 3 years, hence the long term. Mm-hmm. This is actually an important step for MGM China because ever since they came out of the pandemic with the MGM brand, they have actually grown in market share. They've grown from pre-pandemic approximately 9% of the market to year-to-date ending September 30th of 2025, 16% of the market. They've grown.
MGM's an important brand in this industry, so good for them.
And the new agreement also increases the license fee for the MGM name from 1.75% of MGM China's revenue to about 3.5%.
Wow,
nice. So nice increase for MGM Resorts International there. The other deal we didn't have a chance to hit last week, so I'm going to hit it now. Canby Group. Canby Group announced an extension of their sports betting partnership with Churchill Downs Incorporated. Churchill Downs will maintain access under the deal to Canby's full-service turnkey sportsbook, supporting operations at each of their on-site sportsbooks and racing venues.
Okay.
The extended agreement will continue to provide Canby's premium sportsbook technology at CDI's 15 retail sportsbooks across 8 states, CDI being Churchill Downs Incorporated, and there will also be a 9th state included in the deal, which is Maine.
Ooh, Maine, huh?
Yes.
All right. So Maine is kind of a hot spot for casinos. It's it kind of flies under the radar, but
Yes.
it's a really, really good casino market.
That's it for the deals this week. We're going to start talking industry updates after the break.
Smoked cocktails have never been easier to make thanks to our Halo Drink Smoker. Simply place the cocktail smoker on your glass, light the wood chips until they start to smoke, and then top it off with the lid to infuse your drink with a delicious, new, smoky flavor.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. Doug Weishuttle here with Dave Weishuttle. We're going to start off with the American Gaming Association. We started off last segment with the American Gaming Association. We're continuing that trend here. We've got former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie joining the American Gaming Association to campaign against the continued rise of sports prediction markets.
Like I said, that's going to be the big story in 2026, and certainly everyone's going to weigh in on this. And it's just one of those things of, prediction markets are rising, but the regulation is kind of in a gray area, and I'm being polite about that, it's almost non-existent with regard to regulation of prediction markets. So we really have to, kind of have some hard lines on where these prediction markets fit into this marketplace.
Well, you are echoing Chris Christie's
really?
comments,
Okay.
And I will read them to you because it is exactly what you said. Unlike legal regulated sports books, which report suspicious betting activity of state gaming regulators and sports leagues, when wagering patterns suggest a game or player could be compromised, predictive markets are like the Wild West where no such monitoring is occurring.
Yeah,
That's his quote.
Who protects the public with regard to prediction marketing? Look, if they're going to exist, that's fine, that's great, but you have to have some regulation, and you have to have some consumer protection when it goes along with prediction markets. I'm not against prediction markets. No. I just wish they had some regulations attached to them. And also, hey, look, along with regulated licensed sports books, there are consumer protections when it comes to problem gambling.
Yes.
I mean, where do prediction markets fall under that area? So,
well, the former governor will try and help the AGA stress to the CFTC that prediction markets should not be allowed to offer sports prediction market contracts. Moving over to DraftKings, we had a very interesting series of attempts by DraftKings to void several MLB wagers, Major League Baseball wagers. Now, let me go through this really quickly here. The misclassification that DraftKings tried to have voided stemmed from a internal configuration error. That's how they phrased it. For the total hit betting markets for Toronto Blue Jays outfielder Nathan Lukes during a 2025 ALCS matchup against the Seattle Mariners on October 15th.
All right.
The misclassification allowed a single Massachusetts patron to wager a total of $12,950 across 27 different parlay wagers on the highest total hit threshold of 8+ at inflated odds. Because of the mistake, they were able to succeed on that bet. They also had a situation in New Jersey where the misclassification of the total hit market had 6 bettors placing 93 wagers on the error market, and that was about $44,000 with a payout of $1.8 million to those players. Same thing in Pennsylvania. Here we have 3 different results here. Well, actually, two different results. One, Massachusetts said they could not void those bets, so they had to honor it. Same thing with New Jersey. New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement said they considered it, but they went against DraftKings there as well, so they're on the hook for the $1.8 million. And then Pennsylvania initiated a probe and then voided it because they felt it was an error by the operator.
Okay.
So that was a nice, complete change of pace right there.
Okay, and not to beat a dead horse, but I want to bring this back to prediction markets. If something like this happened in the prediction markets, who would make these determinations?
Exactly.
See, that's the issue I have. I mean, you have prediction markets, you have this structure in place, what we just saw happen with DraftKings.
Yep.
You know?
Speaking of prediction markets, we have Fanatics.
Okay.
They have
we're not getting away from prediction markets, are we? No.
Not for a little while.
All right. Okay.
Fanatics has left the American Gaming Association over the prediction market status of their company. So they have moved on from the American Gaming Association membership, leaving Bet365 as the only purely online organization for the American Gaming Association. Just everybody has left. DraftKings, FanDuel, and now Fanatics have left completely from the American Gaming Association because of sports prediction markets.
Okay. All right.
Now into happier times because we're going to Pennsylvania for Happy Valley Casino.
Oh, okay.
Saratoga Casino Holdings received a gaming license from the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board, and the New York-based company now holds gaming licenses for non-tribal casinos in 4 states: New York, Mississippi, Colorado, and now Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Why is this important? Because they are launching the Happy Valley Casino. That is moving further along in the process. They are still on track for an April opening in Happy Valley.
I love that name. Happy Valley, of course, is where Penn State is. That's the famous institution from Happy Valley. But to me, Happy Valley always seemed like, a nice, pleasant valley with flowers and rainbows, and that's where unicorns live and stuff like that. So, okay, hopefully there's a pot of gold, too, for these, the casino that's opening up there.
And as everyone knows, Happy Valley Casino will be opening in the former Macy's store at the Nittany Mall in College Township.
Okay.
So congratulations to Saratoga
So
Casino
this is like
Holdings.
a mall. It's a mall, right? It's a former mall.
It's a former mall.
It's a former mall.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one knew what to do with it, so now they're building a casino.
Why
not? That's how they should be looking at freehold.
It's a profitable use of
They
space.
should be looking at freehold the exact same way.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Freehold, New Jersey, right here. They closed the Freehold Raceway, and everyone's trying to figure out what to do with the land there.
Moving out to the state of Tennessee, we have the Tennessee Attorney General halting the operations of nearly 40 illegal online sweepstakes casinos in the volunteer state after C&Ds were issued, cease and desist. You've heard of some of these.
I've heard of it.
I don't know if you want me to go through the entire list. I can, but Chumba's part of it. Fortune Coins is part of it. Lucky Land we've talked about in other states. Stake is in the thing. Here's one I've never heard of. Well, I'll give you 3 of them. Wow Vegas.
Vegas.
That's an interesting. Yay Casino.
All right.
And Zula Casino.
You just sent me the list here.
Yeah.
There's something called Punt. I don't know what that is.
Well, Punt is UK naming for betting.
Oh, okay. Punt. Okay. Real prize.
Yep.
I like this one. The Money Factory.
There you go.
I like that. The Money Factory.
Anyway,
congratulations
to Tennessee. That's
York,
the Money Store.
Money
Phil
Store.
Rizzuto. Phil Rizzuto.
Yeah, I remember Phil Rizzuto doing the commercials for
the
that.
Money Store.
This one's the Money Factory.
Exactly.
Okay.
How about the other one? Just generically iCasino.
It just says iCasino.
Yeah.
I don't see that one. So
It's right next to High Five Casino on the list.
There's Hello Millions.
There you go.
So
Happy ones right there. Yeah. Moving out to the state of Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, we had a security meeting held in the state ahead of the live casino Petersburg launch. All the different law enforcement officials gathered together to go through security procedures in advance of the opening of the casino, because they are anticipating 100,000 visitors per month at the new casino, a level of activity that will have effects beyond the city limits. So it was Petersburg officials and surrounding county officials as well. And they also had the casino's head of security there making a presentation to the officials.
First off, they're right to do this, because I think it's going to get a lot of attention, because I love live casino brand. We got them here in Philadelphia. There's one in Pittsburgh, and I think, if there's any indication of how well those two are doing, this one's going to do great. So good.
Moving out to the state of Nevada, we've got Golden Nugget Lake Tahoe completing a series of renovation projects and renovation work on the Sunset Tower. All the renovation work on the tower has been finalized. That is the full overhaul of the tower's hotel rooms. That's a nice way of saying they did some upgrades. Property has also reopened its oyster bar following a month-long closure for renovation, and now features a raw seafood bar alongside menu offerings such as gumbos, traditional jambalaya, and pan roasts.
Okay.
I wrote this while I was hungry, so
yeah, boy,
as you can tell. And also, Bill's Sportsbook now includes 1,200 square feet of high-definition screens. There's a booth and lounge seating for up to 240 guests, and a bar equipped with built-in slot machines.
Okay.
So they upgraded the Bill's Sportsbook part of Golden Nugget Tahoe.
All right.
And then the former Center Bar has been reintroduced as the Rush Lounge, featuring redesigned modern bar, stage, video poker machines, and a mix of bar and table seating with live music scheduled on weekends.
Oh, that's great.
Moving out to the state of Delaware, we've got Delaware Park Casino celebrating 30 years of slot machines on the property.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's a great property.
Slot machines were officially introduced to the property on December 29th, 1995, and they are now up to nearly 1,900 machines, including a new outdoor slot patio allowing visitors to experience a change of scenery from the indoor environment.
Now, I wonder, is that open year-round? Because it's Delaware. It's a northeast state.
Heaters.
Heaters?
Yes.
I'd go out there,
Yeah.
So.
Well, also allow smoking.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's...
So
yeah,
I don't know how else to say
go
that.
out there and smoke.
Exactly.
So I'd rather people... So I'm not a smoker, but I go to...
I'd prefer them smoking outside with the slots.
I go to a casino in Pennsylvania that allows smoking inside, and my contacts just dry up. It's just, oh, boy. I one time saw someone, an elderly woman smoking a cigarette, playing a slot machine, but she was hooked up to oxygen. I'm thinking
That's dangerous.
That can't be safe. So,
yeah,
hey,
that's the only thing I don't like about smoking in casinos. I don't care if you do it, just
but,
don't do it
no,
next to flammable material.
Yeah, boy, that was a little. I had to do a double take on that one. But
and last but not least, we have Hollywood Casino Aurora. That is, they've announced that the indoor construction of the new $360 million property has begun after casino officials stated that the outside is nearly complete. The new location is set to replace the casino's current location in downtown Aurora, and they're still on track to open in the first half of 2026. Some outdoor work does remain. They have to put digital billboards around the property, around the exterior.
But and I could be wrong about this, but Aurora, is that where Wayne's World was supposedly take place?
Aurora, Illinois.
Right there?
The home of Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, yes. Wayne's World.
And Joliet was Blues Brothers. So if you want to go with the other Illinois
No,
studio.
I just the only time I heard of Aurora. Yeah. I'm sure it's a wonderful place, but that's the only reason.
It's a nice casino, too.
Oh, great.
That's it for the industry updates. We're going to finish up with our legislative roundup. Starting off the legislative roundup, we're going a little north from where I'm sitting to the state of New York, where Bill A9343 was introduced on December 10th, and it's been referred to the Committee on Racing and Wagering. interesting bill because it would remove in-play bets from the state's legal definition of sports wagering and take effect immediately upon passage. We're not talking micro betting. We're talking anything that you can bet on.
So once
when the
game
event
starts,
yes,
your betting is done.
Yes,
is that what this
that's
is?
It.
Will
Yes.
make it illegal.
It's only pre-start bets.
I don't know that's certainly not going to fly. But
again, this was just introduced. You know, this is going through some permutations before anything happens here, but this is in relation to all the scandals.
Some legislators go for everything and then whittle it down and compromise.
You got to take the big shot and then work it out so that you get it passed. Going out to Nevada, we've got SB 203 in effect. Actually came into effect January 1st. The bill eliminates the need for a licensed disseminator and now permits tracks to enter into an agreement with Nevada racebooks to provide live broadcasting results.
Wow. Okay.
Basically, the disseminator was a go-between the tracks.
That's what I was
going
to see. It's the middleman that you now can avoid.
They now have no middleman, and all race books receive feeds on the same financial terms. As a matter of fact, under this bill, removing the outdated bidding requirements to get the feeds.
Great. Okay.
This replaces a bill.
How long has that been in place?
Since the 40s.
Okay, that's what I mean. All right.
Bugsy Siegel.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
It started with Benjamin Siegel in the 1940s. Been in place until January 1st, 2026.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, we're moving into modern times.
Yep, that's it.
Going back to New Jersey here, we've got the New Jersey Senate approving to advance Assembly Bill 1715 to bolster gambling addiction awareness and support education on college and university campuses across the state.
That's great.
Public institutions of higher education, the state universities, colleges, and community college would be required to take proactive steps to address compulsive gambling among students.
I think that's a great move.
I think that's a better approach than going through the case-by-case basis of sports books and colleges making deals for advertising or marketing purposes.
Sports betting, and especially in New Jersey, sports betting and casinos and online casinos are something real life and in your face in the state. So, you might as well take a proactive approach to it and, stop problems before they start.
The focus of the bill is on consistent outreach and education rather than going against the individual deals like I mentioned.
Sure.
It's heading to the governor's desk. By the time this airs, he may have signed it by now.
She may have signed it.
She may have
Governor
signed it by now.
Cheryl is now in place.
That's it for this week's Turnpike Sports Book Report. As always, if you've been watching on TV, there's a ticker flying by below us with domestic and international gaming stories, as well as conference announcements, restaurant announcements, concerts. Check those out when you can, and when this show is released Monday mornings, there is a full print version of the book report on our blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. There's a full print version there. It includes stories we talked about on air, stories in the ticker, as well as stories we didn't have a chance to talk about anywhere else. They'll be on the print version there, so check that out as well. And as always, press releases, conference announcements, restaurant openings, concerts, any kind of announcements that have to deal with the casinos, info@turnpikesportsradio.com.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.